Well, greetings, my fellow horror fanatics. I really want to apologize that this is going to be a short video this month for my horror pack unboxing. For reasons I won't go into, the last several days have been very exhausting for me and I'm on my last nerves, but I want to get this done now that we have officially entered September, month-long Halloween Eve. I should be partying down, but for reasons that I can't describe, I'm really on my last nerves and dead on my feet. So much so, in fact, that I began recording initially and opened up my box while not minding my audio and had some trouble. So I apologize you don't get that visual, but let's at least leap into what Horror Pack sent me for this month. We're starting off in pretty good style with Bride of the Scarecrow. I would like to add in that Scarecrow horror is kind of a subgenre that I am very fond of. I love the 60s or 70s classic, The Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. It really is an oft-overlooked gem. So with our description here, when a failing radio host finds out that she's inherited a farmhouse from a family she never knew she had, yeah, no trouble brewing there. She leaves her job and sets off to the countryside. Once there, she discovers that the farm has a dark history of people disappearing. What a surprise. Never to be heard from again. Digging deeper. Yeah, keep digging. She realized this farm is cursed by something evil and now it's looking to take a bride. Well, they kind of gave away the whole plot there, but, I will reserve judgment until I see it. So moving on. We have Anne. Dolls Can Be Deadly. Doll horror movies are also a subgenre that I've got very mixed feelings on. This is one that I think is best left to schlock. I love Chucky, and the first Child's Play is a classic, but the genre found its stride when it stopped taking itself so seriously and realized, yeah, we're dealing with a protagonist that you could basically just kick through a fan. So let's see what we got here. A mentally ill woman with severe personality disorders develops a strange relationship with her dolls as she grows further apart from her son and family. Anne's sickness rapidly advances. She becomes victim to insomnia and even self-mutilation, leaving her son to uncover the strange truth of Anne's illness. Well, that description is better. They didn't give it all away, but this looks really cliche, so I can't say I'm thinking that's going to be the best viewing experience. Oh, here we have a bonus. 2 movies. The Killing House. The game begins now. Let's see what we got here. First, we have Headhunter, the assessment weekend. Finding their isolated base camp demolished, an exhausted group of aspiring corporate recruits on a survival weekend have no food, no shelter, and no way to communicate. They done fucked up. The panicked business students enter the woods where they begin to lose their heads. Next is Curtains. The stage is finally set for Audra, Jonathan Stryker's latest movie, so like movie within a movie, to begin filming. His lead actress, Samantha Sherwood, has been in a psych ward preparing for the prized role. Acting. A role that Stryker plans to give to someone else while she does research at the institution. Well, he's a nice guy. As 6 candidates arrive at Stryker's mansion to audition, a deranged murderer stalks to kill them all one by one. So, kind of like When a Stranger Calls. And finally, we have the Killing House itself here. By a weird twist of fate, 3 near strangers end up imprisoned in a mansion and thrown into a game that none of them want to play. They must keep killing each other until the winner has amassed enough kills to leave the grounds of the house. So, it's sort of a combo original Evil Dead and Saw. And finally, we have Strange Nature. Interesting cover. Based on a true... When they say based on a true story, that's usually a red flag. No disrespect meant to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I blame you. Hideously deformed frogs, well, that's a new one, have turned up in the waters of Minnesota. Poor Minnesota. Seen through the eyes of a single mother and her 11-year-old son, a small town struggles with the unknown when the deadly mutations move beyond the ponds. That's actually a pretty good description in my opinion. It does not give very much away. And, it leaves you kind of wanting to see what the result is, even though I'm sure it's going to be real hillbilly horror. So this month's box was not terrible, but definitely not as good as some of the other ones. And again, folks, I really am sorry that I'm just not in my usual frame of mind here. I'm hoping for my next upcoming videos, I'll be in a much better state for all of you, especially since we are now in Halloween mode. By the way, to American retailers, F you for putting up the Christmas displays in August. Give Halloween its shelf space. Anyway, I am your host. As always, I ask you to take your precautions in these times. Wear your mask. Use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, and keep your distance. And please join me next time where I will be in a much better state for all of you. Eat, drink, and be scary, and enjoy.